Okay. How's it going, people? This is my the new DJ Osmo Action that I got replaced from Best Buy finally. What I've done here, if you'll notice, look real close, that finally dug my smoker out. And I've seasoned it with cooking oil. It's not done yet because you have to heat it up to bake all that in, just like you would a cast iron skillet, if you want these to last. And at $300 a pop, I really need it to last. I like smoking stuff. This is not the chimney that I'm normally going to be using either. I've got the Oklahoma Joe's chimney. But I'm using this one because it was here at the moment. I'm using, I know people usually say season it with hardwood the first time, but I'm using the hardwood charcoal briquettes from Walmart. Since it's just a seasoning, even though I am going to cook some burgers on it, it's okay to do it with the cheap stuff, I've been told. So here we go. Now, one thing you'll notice, I did put an extra thermostat in it. These are not very reliable thermostats. I've also got a heat probe. So I just put that one in extra. Normally that plug, or that hole is plugged with that bolt. And you see it's already starting to rust, so I don't know how good a smoker this is going to be, but I got her going. It may not be the greatest in the world, but I plan on having quite a few really good tasting dinners off of this thing. And yeah, I don't really need one that big for just me. Matter of fact, I could probably use that little firebox right there and be perfectly fine. You may get a little wind in the camera, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure where the microphones are on this thing yet. But I dug everything out of there, that big white box. Need to get that thing situated. Still need to get the grass cut. Still haven't got my mower fixed yet. The guy I took it to, I guess I should have checked the guy's health first, because that's what's keeping me from being able to cut my grass. And I'm not being unsympathetic or anything about it. He's pretty tore up. He's got congestive heart failure, like my wife did. Doesn't have the kidney problem, but he's got lung cancer and liver cancer. Now, he's got a rather large lawnmower repair shop, I should say. And yes, I am correcting everything I catch on the fly, because I'm tired of all this cancel culture garbage. And that's literally all it is just garbage. As you see, all the cutting that I did on these cedar trees didn't harm them a bit. They're going like gangbusters all over again, just like everything else is around here. Unfortunately, that includes the grass. Now, I do have my Swisher brush cutter But I'll be doggone if I'm gonna cut all this 1.5 acres with a brush cutter. I might go around the edges of stuff, which I do need to take that thing apart, clean out the carburetor and get it ready to go again. That's something else that I was told. This gentleman that I've taken my riding mower to is bound and determined that he's going to replace my carburetor because it's 5 years old and it's got 3-year-old gas in it, and he thinks that that will have killed the carburetor completely. They've got plastic floats, an easily replaced needle valve. The only thing he needs to do is tear that sucker apart, wash it out, put it back together, and find out what electronic component is keeping me from being able to start the thing every time. I don't know why it's got to be so difficult, and everybody thinks they gotta cure cancer every time they want to do a repair on a lawnmower anymore. And no, that wasn't a Freudian slip. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that the guy has cancer, actually. Still ain't burnt my pile back there. It's getting good and dry now. Won't be long. And I got to get up here and cut out all these little spragglers here and get all the remainder of all those pieces of plywood hauled down, which means I'm going to have to get my yard cart out of that thing again and actually put it together and use it finally. Still haven't figured out how to drop those feet yet. That remains to be seen. This thing still needs a paint job. Doesn't need washed as bad now since I stayed out of the mud and actually got a driveway put in. It's actually fairly decently clean, all things considered. This one's not. I run the crap out of this one last week because I was actually working all week. I hate this car. I really do. It runs great. I love the stereo. But the car itself, because of the way this door slopes so hard, gets on my nerves. Because as big as I am, I have to sit down in the seat, squat my head down, and then fold in half and get in. I really missed that one. I need to go ahead and put the power steering pump on it, take it back over to Michael and get it tuned properly. Put the new fuel injection spiders in it, and put the new I got the I cannot talk today. And then the power steering pump went out on it, just moving it around in the yard all the time. I still move it around. Of course, you'll notice it's got that painted hood on it right now. That painted hood is the one off of my wife's 98 Suburban that we had. I kept it off of that truck because mine had already started peeling, and I had a feeling that if nothing else, I could put the painted hood on there and take this other one and bust it back down to bare metal and get it sealed, primed, and prepped, ready to go, and then learn how to paint on that hood. That was my idea. This has been going for about 10 minutes, but it's still not up to snuff. I got it sitting out on the grate there because the wind's, there's a light breeze blowing, which may also be interfering with my camera. But I'm trying to get it all going again. And there's Mr. Bear. Yeah, you get that bumblebee. He's gonna light you up. You silly dog. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you, boy. He still gets up on the bed, and if I'm petting the other dog at all, he gets kind of jealous. Actually, he gets jealous over everything. When we go out and use the bathroom, Bomber has to literally jump from that top step down to the ground, which is about 2.5, 3 feet. That's about 2.5 feet. But he's not as big a dog as this one. And as soon as he jumps down, this one decides that he's gonna nip at him every single time because he's jealous that he's coming out too. So to kind of stifle that a little bit, I've started taking him out by himself and then both of them out later to see if that kind of quells the stupidity some. It's ridiculous that he acts like that. Yeah, starting to pick up a little. Not enough yet, but it's picking up a little. Good bit. Getting smoky, that's what I need. Heat and smoke. And then I put meat on there, flavor. Anyway, and I gotta dig out my DeWalt saw, which I know right where it's at. It's just a matter of getting in there and getting to it. And then, oh yeah, I haven't got it done yet, but this, my current home is going bye-bye. The reason being, I'm buying a new one. It's about 8 feet longer, and well, yeah, about 8 feet longer, and it's got 3 slide outs on it. So a lot more room. Maybe you guys can help me, because in the meantime I still have to make it go with this one. This does not get hot at all. It gets warm for a second, and that's it. Now, I forget who even makes this one, but what am I pushing to reset? Okay. There's nothing to push. Unless there's something behind that plug. I'm not messing with it until I know what I'm doing, or even at least have a slight idea. Okay. Got all this cavitation on the plug. I'd venture to say that switch is actually on, and it should work in electric mode because it's plugged into electric, but obviously the heat's not working, and there was something to do with this tube and this igniter, and I don't remember what it was. The reason that I'm concerned with fixing it is because of the fact that I am trying to sell it, and it would sell a whole lot better if everything worked right. For lighting operation shutdown instructions, enter menu. Oh, maybe that's what it needs. I never did light the thing. Duh. Turn off electrical power and the gas supply to the appliance. Wait 5 minutes for gas to clear. Turn on gas supply to the appliance. Well, how do you turn it off? Oh. Is there something else I'm missing? I don't know. Anyway, I guess I'll have to watch another YouTube video on that. And see, when it first comes out, it is hot. Now that's I'd say it's about 80 degrees. Not really what I'd call hot. But unfortunately, this one's staying in this RV. And I was gonna put new ones in it. Now I know why those suck. You can see in there, they're paper Jensens. Why would you put those on an exterior of an RV? They're paper. They're not even poly-coated paper. Those things didn't stand a chance. And there's no way in the world I'm plugging anything into that. I got problems with running the stuff that's in there now. I can't imagine what plugging something in externally would do. Even though I've got direct power right there, straight from the light pole. Anyway, still haven't sold that thing. 16,000 pound fifth wheel and the rails for it sitting here just going to waste. I'm probably going to put them up. Wonder if they'd work in the Escalade. Of course, Escalade couldn't pull 15,000 pounds anyway. That's a 7,000 pound max truck, and that's pulling itself. That's about the 7,000 pounds. You say no, but I've been on the scales at the metal recycling place, or as I call it, the foundry, and it's exactly 7 7,296 pounds, I think. Just because all the crap I got in it. But that's all. You gonna say bye? You gonna say bye? Say bye. Bye bye. Tell everybody bye bye, bear. Aw. Aw, get my boy. Please got stickers on your eye. That dick's nasty. Yuck. Anyway, from North Middle Tennessee on this beautiful spring day, and this hopefully really, oh yeah, one last thing, these pipes, that's my water line that I got to put in. I just bought the pipe yesterday. Still hooked up out there at the curb with the hose. Getting ready to correct that because I want to put take the pressure regulator off at the curb and just have the one on the RV, and run the hose clear back here, even with the front of this trailer. I'm thinking right about here where these real pretty purple flowers are, weeds. But I want to put it right about there, close to the septic line here, and then I'll have I'll be able to wash my cars and stuff too. Now, is this long term? No, absolutely not. This thing is getting ready to be torn down, which means I'm gonna have to build some side bodies for my old car hauler back there and start hauling this stuff off. All the plastic junk I'm just gonna have to haul to the dump, but the metal I can haul down and actually recycle that. Matter of fact, I might build me a shed out of most of it. Another shed. Of course, I do still have to put mine up yet, so I've got plenty of projects, just not very much time to do them all, unfortunately. Anyway, that being said, I'm gonna get off here and see how much more productive I can be today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.